Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your work, career, vocation read for June and July 2021. I'm your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions since 1998, the Archangel of Lyons, lifelong Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal, and I also have Mercury conjunct Venus, third house in Libra. So, yeah, talk about being verbal. I'm also soul path number 3 in numerology, so I came in to talk. So happy to be talking, well, to you. If you want to talk back, book me for a reading or comment down below. Work, career, vocation reads are what are called 3 levels of power reading: work, career, vocation, eau de toilette, cologne, perfume. There's a link in the description box by Myss, M-Y-S-S, PhD, one of my favorite spiritual teachers on planet Earth. The only human being that really intimidates me, aside from Chrissy Hine, because she'll cut a bitch, I have a feeling. Maybe both will. Really, really good. 3 levels of power. It's part 1 of, I think, 3. On YouTube, if you want to check out more about that. It's a way of looking at your life in 3 levels of power. These are magnificent archetypal lenses that really do govern what this reading is about in terms of your life purpose, how you serve, right? What you do in the world, why you, for what purposes did my soul incarnate as Angelo Lyons, fill in your blank, right? So we're going to do a 12-card read. 3 of the Caroline Myss archetype cards to look at the the 8th chakra dynamics of your work, career, and your vocation. I'll explain those as I go, right? Then we're going to do 3 daughters of the moon to get you the heart, throat, third eye, crown aspect of your work, career, vocation. What's going on behind your eyes, right? The psychological world. Then we'll get 3 mythic tarot to look at the physical aspect of this, or at least what's hitting you. Root, sacrum, solar plexus chakras, either you from the outside looking in or some aspect of the physical. Only you can know that. It is a general read. And what they added to it this time around is 3 healing mantra cards from the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn to give you some mantras to work to help heal all of this stuff, bringing it into alignment. Because when something comes into the 8th chakra and hits that crown chakra, can you get it all the way down into the root chakra, into physical manifestation? Well, there's lots of little things along the way called chakras that need to be in alignment for that, and that's an ongoing process. Even if you get it all into alignment on a Monday, on Tuesday, something could be out of whack again. That's just, you know, every day is a winding road. We get a little bit closer. So let's do this. Please keep in mind it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because some of us, I've been looking, like the Virgo one I just did, very, very high. Like, where's your leverage? Work, career, vocation, like the one that helps you shift the other 2. It was definitely vocation for Virgo. But, you know, it was also the servant archetype, and Virgos are the servants of the zodiac. So that's what I'm saying, Libra. Keep an open mind about this. Check your other signs. There might be more info in there, right? Other than that, all I can ask from anyone watching any of my videos is both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace through these decks of cards, which can be found in the bottom of the description box, along with other lovely little links for your entertainment and education. I got a lot of stuff on Vimeo that ain't reading, so if you want to go take some of my classes, they're there. Other than that, yeah, just be here now with me, and let's see what hits us in work, career, vocation. Please take a nice deep breath. If I forgot anything, we'll cover it later. Because I got a client today. So we're getting these done before my client. Please, I call upon, oh, here we go. Oh, there's the love. I call upon my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of life purpose through work, career, vocation, and the higher selves of all involved. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, for the Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Sun watching this video, receiving this reading. Please, just 3 archetypes to show us the soul power being alchemized from lead to gold, the archetypal pattern that's sort of hovering over their work, career, and vocation. really getting ready. All that energy is going to manifest in the root chakra eventually into the world. So please, for their work, I felt that. That's the one you want. That's the one you get. In their career, what's going on there? And in their vocation, please. Yeah. So, the archetypal patterns. Oh, yeah. So since you've already seen the title, you know these before I do at this point in the reading. Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. So the king, the bully, and the healer. Well, the king does not usually do well in the United States. I'm just going to say that. I mean, if you understand the history of this country, we don't do the royalist thing, although this is very much a divine energy that I'm feeling here. It is the masculine family archetype. You've got the bully, which is the action family archetype, and the healer. The masculine family, the action family. I'm pretty sure the bully is. It's either wild card or it's bully. I think it's action. That's what I'm getting. And the healer, obviously, the healing family of archetypes. So when we're talking about work, right? It's the lower three chakras dominant. So these cards are really going to highlight what's going on in the 8th chakra in your vocation, your spiritual calling, but your physical work in the world. You may or may not get paid for, but as a king, chances are you do. You're sort of large and in charge in terms of your masculine energy, external. So think survival intuition, 3 levels of intuition as well, right? 3 levels of power is a brilliant set of archetypal lenses. Really helps you see things clearer, if not completely clearly. So your survival intuition, I don't get paid by doing my work. My work is as a corporate president, which is a king, and I kind of relate to this, at least this part of it. The shadow attribute, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. Now, I'm not allowed to get away with excessive feelings of entitlement, and if I do feel entitled, I know that's the deadly sin of the solar plexus. It's in my book, Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. The graces that heal that are understanding and discernment. So when you get that thing in your gut, you got to check, am I reacting to somebody else's sense of entitlement? Or am I feeling, how dare they? How dare they be entitled around me? I'm entitled, right? Can be that. The light attribute, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. So this is, like I said, large and in charge. You're in charge of something. Now, this is a masculine energy. It has nothing to do with biological gender whatsoever. But it is saying that the power that you are alchemizing in your survival intuition, in your work in the world, that there's enlightenment and benevolence here for you, but you really have to look at your excessive feelings of entitlement, check your solar plexus, just my take on that, and rulership without restraint. Now, I have to say, as the president of Drawing the Circle Protection since 1998, 23 years I've been running this company, I have restraints, I absolutely know I have restraints on stuff, rulership without restraints, and yet no one makes the schedule but me, right? Even with these videos, it's like I have a flexible schedule because I was holding myself to such a rigid schedule of production, this production company. I was burning out. I was starting to hate it, right? And I was being very tyrannical with myself, right? So I finally said, no one else cares about this schedule but me, right? So releasing some of those restraints for myself. So I can relate to that. The bully archetype in your career probably has more to do with the thoughts that you're having and maybe the emotions you're feeling. If you see the card, it's a cloud, like a blowhard cloud, right? The bully, the shadow attribute, conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. So if you find yourself in your throat chakra, right, or worse, maybe you're ready to punch something. Don't, right? Understand there is pain under there, concealing deep fears and pain. I'll throw that in there. Behind verbal or physical abuse, because look, we all get bullied in this world in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes just by an idea, right? Or this past year, right? Being bullied by a virus, right? Being told what to do. But most bullies were bullied by somebody. So it's like that passing down. Now the thing is that really another thing that you could call the shadow of the bully is the coward, right? It's just a bully, but they're real cowards inside. And we all go through that, right? And this is in your career. Your career is heart, third eye crown, your emotional power, your willpower, your mental power, your spiritual power, right? So really look at the light aspect of this. The light attribute highlights your tendency to intimidate others. And honey, apparently I've been intimidating people since jump. I'm totally unaware of it. I'm like, why are you so afraid of me? Or why do you lie? It's like, and then people are like, do you know how intense you are? I'm like, well, I've been told, but I don't see myself that way. So highlights your tendency to intimidate others. And I'm going to say a bully king. Check yourself before you wreck everybody else, including yourself. Helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And I think that's part of it. I know that's part of it. Air signs, right? And the healer, this feels like this is where your dominant leverage is. The healer archetype in the shadow, taking advantage of those who need help. So not good. Failing to care for oneself, which in a way is worse. Like I was saying, I was burning out. So I had to up my own personal healing game, particularly as a Virgo, right? I had to really look at how can I support myself to do this work. So I got Blue Apron so that I make sure I cook pretty much every day, that I was eating right, because I was burning out so fast and I started to hate doing the work. And that's not good for me, right? So the light attribute, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, which is what I do, that spirit in particular. Ability to help transform pain into healing, because pain is often a sign of rapid transformation, even when it's in the physical body, right? Like when you cut yourself, it hurts because it immediately starts healing. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Work, career, vocation, survival, creativity, survival intuition, creative intuition, visionary intuition. Let's do these daughters of the moon. We'll get 3 on the table to represent what's going on behind your eyes, right? Heart, third eye, crown dynamic, which will really exemplify what's going on here in the center lane in your career, but we're going to see that for all 3. Please breathe. Oh my goddess is of air in the sign of Libra. Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, hangs out in a see-through nighty. Please, my beloved past matron of love, of Libra, please. 3 cards in clarity for the Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. What's going on? We'll do them face down. Turn them all over at the same time. What's going on in their work with this king archetype? Oh, and it is true. You might be dealing with somebody very, very, very entitled, and that's part of the lesson you're learning. So we'll put that card down there. And that bullying, really, now I'm getting that king might be the archetype of someone who is in charge. But I think you're meant to be a king in this situation, right? So with that bully, it would make sense. So there's that heart, third eye crown. What are the deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse, or the fears that bully them? Looking at the healer archetype in their 8th chakra, their vocation, their calling with the healer. Let's look. Okay. So, the king archetype with 3 of cups on the inner. Now I can tell, wow, my right eye just went, my contact lens moves spontaneously. Right for me is my masculine energy. I'm right-handed. I write with my right hand. So this is about masculine energy, about not really quite seeing this, or seeing something really, really teeny tiny that just changes the way you see everything, and maybe not for the better. But with the 3 of cups here inside, there is a sense of, the card is called bonding. It's what's written on here. The energy field that I get on this is really about emotional interconnections with other people. We're going to look at the heart chakra stuff, and that does make sense, the card that's there. But there are emotional bonds and attachments going on here. Maybe it's healthy, maybe not so healthy. It depends on that entitlement and rulership without restraint. You know, power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. I didn't make that up. forget who said it originally. Was that Churchill? I don't remember. History. It's a mystery. Yeah, no, there's even an empathic bond here that you might be picking up on other people's energies of their entitlement. It's a bit confusing, and you'll see why in the next card. So make sure you are the king of your castle in the physical world, like that you are clear on, you know, what you really want, to be enlightened. You can't have enlightenment without truth. So if you're avoiding your feelings of entitlement, which everybody has, right, we pretend not to, then how are you going to really lead in a healthy way? I mean, like I said, I don't get paid for my work as a president. I get paid as an artist, meaning a spiritual artist, right, doing the videos, spiritual counselor, teacher. Those are the archetypes I have in my career. So I don't get paid for this. I get paid for this. And that's why this bully with Yemaya, the card of the moon, there is stuff hidden under the water here. This is subconscious influences, definitely heart chakra oriented. But if you're going to talk concealed deep fear behind verbal or physical abuse, which is very much a shadow king legion, then really this is about highlighting your tendency to intimidate people. You might not be aware of it, but helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. So what are you afraid of? Now, probably not rational. Air signs, really, particularly Libras, want to balance things out, but if they're not willing to look at what their deeper fears are, fears, I call them chains of smoke, chain smoking, right? They look so real, but they're not, right? They're illusion based. FEAR, false evidence appearing real. So there is definitely some shadow work that needs to go on here, or at least some emotional process work. Why? Because you've got the healer with the Four of Cups. And this deck, Sorrow, which looks a lot more like the traditional Five of Cups. But Fiona Morgan, the creator of this deck, did something very interesting. She did keyword the card Sorrow, because we're looking at loss here. I think that's not totally accurate for what we're doing here. This is about you healing you. This is about you healing your spirit, taking the pain, and what were the words? It was a really good word. It transforms pain into healing. Because there are tears that need to be shed here. Yeah, Four Cups we're used to seeing, right? The three standing and the one being handed by the hand of God. Here we've got three spilt, but into a waxing and waning ebb and flow tide with one cup standing behind. So there's much to be gained here, that those hidden fears that you have might be from your in your heart, third eye crown, as you begin to heal this, and see it from a higher place, that these fears may go back not just into your childhood, which is always a possibility, but might very well be, you might be, if you are an empath, I have to say that in every reading now, because it's not one sign that's more empathic than another. Plus, if your sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, you know, are different that way. Like, I'm a Virgo sun, but I'm a Pisces moon, wicked empath. Right, 8th house, God help me, Hades help me. You might very well be helping other people heal here through you addressing your own fears and shadow work. Because as the Course in Miracles says in one of the lessons, can't remember which one, when I am healed, I am not healed alone. And that has everything to do with fifth dimensional unity consciousness. So if you are, it doesn't matter if you are the king or you're dealing with the king, both can be true. It's really about allowing yourself to feel things from an 8th chakra point of view of healing. I'm going to say that's going to be the action that seems to be taken, at least in terms of your own interior world. Oh, well, look at the predominance of water. We've got the Three of Cups, the Moon, definitely a water card, and then the Four of Cups. So there's a lot of emotional stuff going on here, and it has to do with fears that bully you. Now, I know for myself, I was bullying myself with my numbers on YouTube. I know, I've been doing this a long time on YouTube, but I started in 2016 putting my classes and spiritual counseling and Sunday morning services I used to do when I worked at the Silver Broom in Sayville as a minister. Ugh, never again the ministry times. I'm done. I'm wearing my cord. chords. They're my chords. You can't have them, they're mine. I'm entitled to them. But I was really bullying myself. I really, really was like, why aren't my numbers higher? And it was just, you know, I was bullied as a kid by my own brothers, right? I was called faggot since I was like 5 years old. They didn't know, but maybe they did. And you know, if you see pictures of me from when I was a little kid, I was short, I was chunky, and I had glasses and this gap between my teeth, which, hello Madonna, hello Lauren Hutton. And there are others, I know. So, you know, internalized a lot of that stuff. I get this. So what about all that emotional pain that might be needing to move through that is under the surface of the ocean here, Yemaya, ocean, Orisha of the ocean, I believe. Yeah, I'm really, really careful with other cultures' deities, but it's all one at the beginning, middle, and end of the day. So definitely there's some emotional healing stuff that has to go on here. And look, your 7th house, right? Partnerships, marriage, contracts, one-on-one relationships, and dealing with the shadow self. So you could really be dealing with the shadow king, even if it's not you, but let's find out. This is where this should click it into place. Mythic Tarot. What's going on in the lower 3 chakras? Something about the physical world, the masculine energy, how it's manifesting. Either you from the outside looking in, or like I said, some aspect to help you target what this is in the physical. 3D, work, career, vocation. Please breathe. My gods of air. And the sign of Libra, Eros. The bow of Eros around my throat chakra, please. 3 cards in clarity for the Libra collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. 3 cards, 1 for their work, 1 for their career, 1 for their vocation, to give them some clues, tips, and hints about what this is about in the physical world or something that's impacting them. Root, sacrum, and solar plexus. We've got the King with the 3 of Cups. And yeah, so this does feel like they're being emotionally influenced perhaps by a toxic or a shadow king, maybe triggering their own shadow king tendencies, right? Because the only time you want to see 2 kings in the same place is on a chessboard, and even then, it doesn't usually go well. Someone got to lose. So, same with queens, by the way. Queen! So please, what does this look like from the outside? We'll do it face down. That's 2, please, just 1. Leave it in my hand, thank you. The bully in their career, heart, their 3rd eye crown. So there, you know, the energy on that, it feels like I feel it in the solar plexus, but it's because you don't want to, I don't want to look at that. I want to feel that. I want to remember that, right? How much is the moon about memory? Most of our memories are emotional, meaning that if I asked you what you had for dinner today, today's June 14th, I'm doing this, which will be coming out the 15th, right? You know, what did you have for dinner 3 years ago? June 14th, you wouldn't remember. But if I said, what did you eat at your wedding, or when you graduated, something, some emotional thing, your last birthday, like what's your favorite meal and why, that you can remember. So please, Eros, what does this look like on the outer? The bully with the moon. I'll take a kicker, and if it had gone face up, I wouldn't have taken it. With the healer in their crown chakra with sorrow. They are healing their own sorrow, and maybe healing, depending on what these cards are, what they're picking up from other people as well. What's going on there? Well, I'm not going to say you are a king, but you're going to be. Regardless of gender, you've got the king archetype here. This is what you are being taught, something here. And your emotions, you're in your feels about this, but there is an emotional bond with whoever this is, whether you are dealing with a king or dealing with that yourself. Entitlement, right, is the like I said, the deadly sin of the solar plexus, so it's right in that physical world gestalt. But you've got Heracles, the card of strength, so the ability to rein that in. And maybe even stand up for yourself with great courage and bravery. And what's so funny, a card of courage on the outer, from alchemizing and dealing with the bully, right? So from the bully coward into that courage. That's gorge. The bully with the Yemaya, the 10 of Cups on the outer, your career lights you up. It fills you up. Now, who got the Ten of Cups? Wasn't that the last one I just did? Yeah, Ten of Cups. Virgo got it in the physical world on the outside. This is the wedding of Eros and Psyche. She was a mortal princess. It's a long story. Read it. It's a really, really, really good myth, and it says so much about the psyche, right? The soul. But here she is, not just married to the god of love, Eros, one of my two gods of Libra, but has become a goddess herself, right? Is elevated, is given the ambrosia to make her not just immortal, but a goddess in her own right, because she earned the blessing of her mother-in-law, Aphrodite, the other god that sits in the throne of Libra for me. So look, love is all around you in terms of your career, but if you're in charge of a lot, yeah, for you to become enlightened and benevolent for yourself, and I see that happening here, we'll get there next, but that you really have to address your inner fears, because, look, I left corporate America in, well, 1998. I started Drawing the Circle Productions in 1998. I left Borders Books and Music as a community relations coordinator, and I was teaching right through all the borders on Long Island and in Manhattan. It was great. But my soul was dying. Do you know what it took to jump off the cliff, to start my own thing, to do what I love doing? I understand this, and I can maybe see myself in this in terms of the thoughts that still bully me, but I understand that everybody's feeling that in their career. Well, how can I give up the thing that's making me money to survive? Survival intuition, where your creative intuition, you're just bullying yourself. Well, if you do that, you're going to be broke, because that's what you were told, right? That's what everyone is told. Be safe. Don't tell your family and friends your dreams. Not right away, because they care about you and will poke a hole in your bubble to keep you safe. No. I'm going to say there's even collaboration coming in to you for this, whether it is a loved one, but someone who's really got your back, and someone who's going to really jive with you emotionally in that way and say, yeah, it's cloudy. It's okay. You don't know. Nobody knows when they start a venture or bust a move in their career. But if you bust that move without dealing with those inner fears that bully you, it's not going to go well, right? And that's part of the learning curve too. We all do that. And here's how I know you're not just going to be a king, darling. You're going to be an emperor. From the outside looking in, spiritually, you are an emperor. This is the enlightened, benevolent, but it is Zeus. And we know Zeus. Oh, I love him. Over my head. There he is. Hi, Pops. Love him. But a lightning thrower, right, can definitely be that toxic thing, right? You don't get his way. How fast does lightning change things, right? So you really got to deal with any energies of loss or fear that are going on in your heart, throat, third eye, crown as the healer that you are, really. And your shadow here, failing to care for yourself. If you're a king and you're in leadership, and like maybe you're the king in your household. Now again, not about biological gender here, but are you being enlightened, benevolent? Are you leading? Are you benefiting those in your charge? Or are you a detriment? Well, if this goes unchecked, this is going to be a toxic Zeus here. No bueno, not good. Not good at all. But if you can do the emotional healing work, the shadow work here with this bully, and start really addressing those unconscious fears, and they're subconscious, right, hidden under the waves of the ocean there, you'll really be able to alchemize quite a bit there, and then be a healing, courageous king. You get it? You go from the 8th chakra down. Let's get your last 3 cards on the table. We're not doing the bookie book on this one. These readings are long enough. Let's see what Matt Kahn has to say. I consecrated this deck to the Ascended Masters, so let's ask them what your 3 mantras are to help you heal your work, career, and your vocation in this alchemy. Breathe. Well, that's very calming. All right. My ascended masters of life, purpose through work, career, and vocation. Please, 3 cards in clarity. What are the perfect healing mantras for this Libra collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus Sun watching this video, receiving this reading. I feel like you're getting a big download of power with this, and to deal with it peacefully is going to be a challenge. You're going to be triggered left, right, and center to zap people and cut their heads off. What are their perfect healing mantras here? June, July 2021, they've got the King with the Three of Cups on the inner, which definitely can be about emotional entanglement as well as emotional bonding with somebody, but with the Strength on the outer to really curtail that, to have the grace of fortitude in the heart chakra. In my book, Words of Grace, as well as Carolyn Mace's Defy Gravity. Please, my Ascended Master, this is their perfect healing mantra for their work. The Bully with the Moon on the inner and Ten of Cups on the outer in their career, their perfect healing mantra there. And, of course, the Healer in their vocation in their 8th chakra. 4 of Cups on the inner. Emperor on the outer. So I'm really seeing a holographic reflection here. And are they wearing the same thing? No. But the color blue and the color blue, right? Zeus is wearing the blue robe. The card has that exact same color blue in its border there. So what is their perfect healing mantra, please, for their vocation to help them heal all of this, so that it can trickle down over time, or maybe like lightning? That was the mantra I was doing this morning. Love it. Okay. You definitely need to feel what you're feeling here. You got the King, like we said. The King's not dealing with the repressed pain and feelings, right? And this emotional bond is going to toxify everybody, right? Because they're in charge. That's why being a president, if you're in charge of something, it's like a pyramid. What happens in the tip, the capstone, affects the entire pyramid. It's just how it works energetically. So with this strength, fronting, right? This can be fronting. You'd be very, very brave, but also being like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm feeling this. I'm dealing with this. But you've got polishing my heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. And the amount of water, all of your major arcana cards in your inner and even one on the outer are water, right? You got the Ten of Cups in your career here. There's a lot of emotion here. So feeling is a power that helps me heal, but it's going to take strength to keep yourself from ripping people to shreds in the physical world with that strength card, but also the courage to go within. The Bully with Yamaya the Moon and Ten of Cups with growing beyond guilt. It couldn't have happened any other way. And this is talking about your past. You were bullied, most likely. Who wasn't? Right? I mean, and if not by, well, I was bullied like by my brothers and by kids at school. And my father, to an extent. I mean, he was born June 14th. Today, the day I'm doing this. Happy birthday, Dad, in the other world. You should Google who else was born on June 14th. In the dad toxicity contest, I win. Blessed be, Dad. So, there is probably bullying still in your cell tissue, still in your emotional energy field, and it couldn't have happened any other way, because if you want to be an emperor, a true healthy king, again, this is not about bodily gender, but in terms of your masculine energy, you have to be exposed to bully kings, to shadow kings. You just have to. You have to be exposed to tyrants so that you get, here's a weird word to use, the inoculation, right? You get a piece of that in you. It's in you. But I have a feeling you picked this up from somebody in your youth. Could be a father, could be a teacher. My 4th grade teacher, Mr. Triquet, I doubt he's alive. Whew, what a tyrant. I mean, he used to make kids cry. And then Led Zeppelin's The Wall came out and we all had context. Can you have your pudding if you haven't eaten your meat? You eat my meat. You want my fat in your butt? What? The Healer with the 4 of Cups with really, you're healing your Emperor energy here. Listen to Steve's Love Tarot. Don't be the Burger King. I'll take Arby's any day. America's roast beef. Yes, sir. You've got allowing appreciation. This is genius. The value of my life increases every time I appreciate everything in it, and this is my mantra for the day. right? So these 3 mantras, this is how I do them. Like, I will pick a couple. Oh, you know what I do with the What Do I Need reads, the lunar, new to full to new. I'll take all of the mantras from those sun, moon, rising, Venus signs that I do, because I have different placements, fire, earth, air, water, and I'll write them out as one thing. So polishing my heart, growing beyond guilt, and allowing appreciation. Catch this. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. It couldn't have happened any other way. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. I got the feeling that someone pissed in your Cheerios when it came to your thing that you really love doing. And so you might very well be a king in this world, or are dealing with one, so that you can become the emperor. And do remember, the emperor is the amalgamation of all the kings in the tarot. So that is the spirit king, but is it the shadow or is it the light? This is what is going to help you heal this, bring your chakras in alignment, from mystical power to spiritual power to mental power to willpower, will I, won't I, do I, don't I, emotional power, personal power, interrelational power, money, finances, sex, and creativity, and physical power, to be that lightning rod, because here's the lightning, but I'm telling you, you are being healed, and right now the key for you is emotion. And please remember, Libra is ruled by Venus. Yeah, so this is about giving yourself the love that you couldn't get from somebody who bullied you. And please keep an eye on people who lie to you because they're afraid of you. You know, my friend Mark Wendland is coming to visit, twice Tony Award nominated set designer. I'm contracted to say that. He makes me say that, Scorpio that he is. He's coming to house sit for me and take care of my boys while I drive up to Saratoga and see my parents, right? And, you know, we can really be really hard on ourselves. But he said to me, you know, this is particularly during the past year with the lockdown, he goes, you know, you're getting very frightening. I'm like, good. Because what you're afraid of is my power. The alchemy that I've been doing, living by myself and my cats, right? Nowhere else to turn. I have confronted these fears bullying me. So I am more aware now of that people are intimidated by me. And that's why I'm not so damn serious on my channel, right? Life is hard enough. You don't need doom and gloom in a reading, but you do need coordinates like GPS, right? Let me put it together for you. Please take a nice deep breath. Yes, my beloved pantheons of the divine, may the Libra collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that they need in their work, career, vocation, that they may alchemize that king into enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in their charge, dealing with this emotional bonding situation that could very well be empathic, having the strength to contain it and be brave, polishing their heart, because feeling is a power that helps them heal, with this bully energy in their career zone here, really alchemizing it into highlighting their tendency to intimidate others, helps them confront the inner fears that bully them. That is definitely occluded, cloudy, under the water, hard to see, but not that hard to feel if they dive deep. Because in their career, there is the Ten of Cups, there is bliss, there is energy, there is something here that they really find great love and pleasure, and their heart opens. But of course, that's going to wash those fears up from the bottom of the ocean, so that they can grow beyond guilt, getting that whatever it is that I'm holding on to, it couldn't have happened any other way. It was happening for me, not to me, but can't see the bigger picture of that all the time, if ever. So that in their vocation, their spiritual calling, they can really be the healer that they truly are, with a passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing by really dealing with their own sorrow, their own loss, their own disappointment, so that they can be a healer king, a healer emperor, the emperor of healing within their own energetic gestalt, with some pepper allowing themselves to appreciate the value of their life increasing every time they appreciate everything in their life, so that as they appreciate and heal, we all heal through the quantum unity. And the good gods know we need more empowered divine masculine energies in the light, in the gold, leading the way, benevolent, compassion, benefiting all of life for their well-being, for the well-being of everyone in their lives, and really for the well-being of all. So mote be. So it is. It's a really powerful read. Indeed. Do 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 do. I love doing that. I don't know why. What an intense read. I mean, really, with just the archetypes alone, like I said, we could have left it right there, but this does bring some more detail to the sculpture for you. So good luck with that. You want a reading with me? Very easy to do. Find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Deets in the description box. We'll set something up. We can do a Zoom reading, or we can do Facebook Messenger video call, which is my favorite. The clarity is really good. Zoom is glitchy, and I don't know, it doesn't matter what the lighting is. I don't look so good. I don't like it, but whatever. You can record it. And by all means, check out my book, Words of Grace from Professional Witch. $9.99, less than a pack of cigarettes, but giving you way more bang for your buck, depending on what you're smoking. Otherwise, wishing you the very best, truly, and the very, very blessed in your work, career, vocation, and support the channel. We're bringing in more collaborators as we go. I am going to be streaming from my phone while I am up in Saratoga. Not so much doing the readings. I really want to hang with my family, but I'm going to send some stuff out and maybe do a TLC read, a True Love Collective reading while I'm up there. Anyway, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of all of this, my lovely Libras. Hail. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be.